One of the things this time of the year that you're going to have to watch out for is this. I had an empty pail on this, and those are all wasps right there. Hundreds and hundreds of them, you know, because of the bucket leaked. Hey everybody, it's Kevin at Bear Creek. A few years ago, I took off for a weekend at the end of September, and I don't know, I was gone 4 or 5 days, and by the time I got back, I went in front of one of my hives, and there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dead honeybees out on the front of the hive, along with hundreds and hundreds of dead wasps. And what had happened was the wasps did a takeover of my hive, probably going after the brood, I'm going to guess. Don't know what it was, but you know, we're starting to get into that time of the year, being, well, it's August 6th now. You know, we're pulling honey off. We're not quite at robbing season yet, but I put some cappings out. Just a few cappings with some, you know, coated in honey, just for the bees to clean up. And my bees are barely touching it. But what is touching it is, what I've noticed is I've drawn in hundreds and hundreds of YellowJackets. And I got to get a handle on this quickly. Otherwise, I could end up with one of my weaker colonies possibly getting taken over by one of these opportunistic type of bee, wasp. You know, in the past, I've tried every home remedy there is. Those little homemade traps with the cut open Coke bottle and ginger ale or Coca-Cola and meats and everything. That never worked worth a damn. But I'll tell you what did work. These little traps right here work. Let me tell you, they do work. Actually, as you can see, there's YellowJacket flying in there right now. And you can see the hundreds of dead ones floating on the surface. You know, like I said, I noticed lots of YellowJackets around, and you know, if you have bottles of syrup, you'll notice them all around there, and they are opportunistic, and they will search out a weaker hive, and they will, even when their numbers get big enough in their hive, they'll come in and they will take it over. And what I mean by take it over, they'll just come in and fight all the bees and tear out all the brood and kill everything in sight. And you know, I've seen it happen. That's, you know, there might be some remnant bees left, but it puts a damn fine dent in your hive, and you don't want that. So getting proactive now, while they're building up, because this is the month that they build up in their numbers, and hitting them hard, you know, that's the ticket. Actually, there's a couple just trying to swim out of it there. But once they're in for good. But literally, there are hundreds of them dead in there already, and I just put this in there a few days ago. Now I've got this hanging in a little apple tree here, which is a good spot, and it's actually right in front of my hives, some of my hives anyways. I have another one hanging up kind of on my little overhang building here. I only have 2 in my yard. You can probably put up as many as you want, but they're relatively inexpensive. And let's go up here and take a look. And you can see, again, there's hundreds of them in there, floating down the bottom, and probably the most recent ones are right there. But all this is a rescue. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them at your local Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. I bought 5 of them last year, and I had a couple left over, so I just put them up. But now is the season. Now is the time to do it. Put a dent in those colonies now, before it gets too bad. It's also a good time, if you haven't yet, to start thinking about entrance reducers. I leave mine wide open during the honey flow all winter and all spring and whatnot along a honey flow. We don't have much of a dearth, but our dearth is coming. And once the robbing season starts, you know, you want to reduce that entrance so that they can protect it easier from getting robbed out. Especially, you know, weaker nukes. But yeah, there's one of those opportunistic wasps. Just looking, look at them, just walked in there, you know. Now this is a weaker nuke, and she ain't coming out. So yeah, getting entrance reducers on there, you know, that's a scout bee, checking things out, you know. Very, very opportunistic creatures, those yellow jackets. Absolutely opportunistic.